Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. I am so excited that we're watching The Prince of Egypt today. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I normally don't try and talk about how much I love movies or how great movies are beforehand, but I have talked about this movie so much in the past. Jen already knows it's one of my favorites. This is arguably the greatest animated film ever made. I will stand by that statement. I have not seen a movie like this since this has come out. It contains one of the best soundtracks of any movie I have ever seen ever. I still listen to it to this day on occasion. It is fantastic. Star-studded cast. We got Val Kilmer, Patrick Stewart, Martin Short, Sandra Bullock. Absolutely great. I cannot wait for you to watch this one. We did a My Friend Watches of this movie a couple of years ago. That was a lot of fun too. If you want to check that out, I'll go ahead and link that here. We talked pretty in depth about it there as well. Jen has never seen this one and I'm so excited for you to watch it. Jen, what do you know about it? How are you feeling going into The Prince of Egypt?
I don't know anything about The Prince of Egypt except for what Holden has already mentioned, that it's one of his favorite movies. He goes on and on about it, how much he loves it, and this is quite frequent off camera, so it must be good. Other than that, I really don't know much. Never heard the soundtrack either, so really going in blind. Didn't know that there was as many well-known actors that you mentioned, so I'm surprised by that. I'm Jewish, and so Holden has told me that this is for my people.
Okay, all right, relax. You can't say that.
Well, I don't have any reference for the movie, so I'm very curious going into this. Any movie that Holden raves about, I'm automatically curious. So that's the situation here.
It's ironic because Jen has actually seen, even before me, the 4-hour cut of the 10 Commandments.
I love the 10 Commandments.
And it's essentially the same story. It's a biblical story. The cat's out of the bag for all of y'all that I am a pretty devout Christian. I try and separate that from the main stuff on the channel because I know not everyone's here for that. I do have a second channel though called The Pop Culture Christian where I talk about pop culture from a Christian perspective. I'll link another little link over there for you if you want to check that out. I have not done a video on The Prince of Egypt, but I probably should at some point, but just for a reference for you there. But before we get into it, we can't forget the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day comes from Caesar6269, who says, "Sorry, Holden, as I agree with you on most things, but Prince of Egypt is not the perfect animated film." What a garbage take that was. I'm just kidding. I respect your opinion. No likes though. Ooh, sorry about that. Oh, but we have another comment of the day for you. Holden is right about The Prince of Egypt being the best animated film ever. A lot of likes on that one. Let me know what you think about The Prince of Egypt in the comments below before we even get into it. Clearly I'm biased. I'm gonna have a good time watching this. I'm gonna try and stifle that down because as many of you are probably commenting or pointing out at this moment, I'm probably setting the expectation for Jen so high that how could it possibly live up to that? I get that. We're gonna have some fun. Your opinion on it will be totally great. I'm just playing around a bit. I cannot wait for you to see it though, seriously. Real talk, I really do think that you're gonna like it. I don't know if you'll think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I do think that you'll enjoy it. But let's go ahead and find out with The Prince of Egypt. I get hyped about this movie, I'm sorry. I know I get a lot of comments.
I know, it's like we're watching Spider-Man 2 for the 10 millionth time.
People get annoyed when I get so amped up about it. I don't want to. Well, I don't want to ruin your first time watching this, so I'll try to stifle it down. I mean, I love this movie. This is great. Anyway.
Well, honey, I love you so much, but you don't influence me that much.
Oh, wow. Thanks, sweetie.
Just meaning, you know, if I hate this movie,
I know.
I'm gonna hate this movie.
You'll be very clear about that. Also, because there is so much music in this, it'll probably have to be edited fairly heavily. Remember, that was an issue when we did My Friend Watches for it. So if you want to watch the full-length reaction without having to worry about that, check out Patreon. Oh, yeah. They were working on this and Shrek at the same time.
Do you like this film because of the religious content or because it's just a well-made film?
I won't lie and say that there's no part of that, but it is just a well-made film as well.
I can give. Deliverance.
So Pharaoh had ordered the killing of all Hebrew children 2 and under, all Hebrew males 2 and under, because he was worried about them overtaking them in population.
Sleep as your
You remember, I literally sang this song to Hero.
when you dream. Do you know someone?
In the Ten Commandments, it was the daughter that.
We'll get there. Technically, this is also one of the early uses of 3D animation mixed with 2D animation. The water in the basket.
Oh my goodness.
Creative liberty here.
Is this baby okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Come back someday, deliver us too.
Oh.
Come, Ramesses. Moses.
Moses meaning drawn from water. I gotta stop doing that, sorry.
Hey, Ramesses! How'd you like your face carved on a wall?
Moses is Val Kilmer. Ramses is Ralph Fiennes, aka Voldemort.
You almost killed me!
So what year was this made?
1998.
It's not much of a view!
Oh, wow.
Second born! Second place! Not for long!
Ugh. Oh, no. That guy's probably gonna pay with his life to turn this up.
Probably.
You don't think we'll get in trouble for this, do you? No.
Why do the gods torment me?
Father, hear what
Be still, Pharaoh speaks.
What was the king's reaction when his wife showed up
Fault is mine.
with this baby?
I mean, she was pretty insistent, but he accepted Moses. You know,
Understand.
One weak link can break the chain of a mighty dynasty.
I like his little side ponytail.
You have my leave to go. You will never have to carry a burden
nice.
like the crown I will pass to Ramesses.
I know he will live up to your expectations. He only needs the opportunity.
Maybe so.
The weak link in the chain. That's what he called me. He practically accused me of bringing down the dynasty.
Yeah, I can see it now.
You can laugh about it.
Statues cracking and toppling over.
Every time you start something, I'm the one who ends up in trouble.
Ramesses, you're in trouble, young man.
That's Steve Martin and Martin Short.
I am so upset.
I am so upset.
Nobody will even notice us coming in.
You were just named Prince Regent. I suggest you get over there. Someone thought he just needed the opportunity.
The Midian girl. That's a good idea.
Go get her.
Stolen from faraway land. We offer you this delicate
Who's
desert.
this, Jasmine?
Jasmine.
Wait! Be still.
Untie this rope.
Oh, mother does not approve of that one.
Have her dried up, sent to Prince Moses' chambers. Royal Chief Architect.
Yeah.
She said, I'm out.
Guards. Prince Moses. There's a man tied up in my room.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sandra.
Oh, please forgive me.
Jeff Goldblum.
Didn't I tell you, Aaron? Didn't I tell you? I knew he would return to us when he
Oh, is that his sister and brother?
Yeah.
was our brother.
What?
They never told you?
Who never told me what?
You must know.
Be careful, slave.
Oh, she's exhausted from the day's work. Not that it was too much. We quite enjoyed it. But
You are not a prince of Egypt.
Miriam.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
Oh, Your Highness, may I discuss something with you?
Our mother father set you adrift in a
Miriam.
basket to save your life.
From who?
Ask the man that you call father.
I said enough! You will regret this night.
Hush now, my baby. Sleep as you're rocked by. Remember, so I'll be with you.
All I've ever known, all I ever wanted, all I ever wanted. This is my home, that's shown, etched on every wall.
Here they go. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, another case of computer-generated animation.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, we love Egypt stuff in general.
Yeah. Oh. Wow, that was really well done. Oh my gosh! They really didn't tame this down at all, did they?
You could argue they did. At least they're not showing it.
The Hebrews grew too numerous. Sometimes, for the greater good, sacrifices must be made.
Sacrifices?
They were only slaves.
Is this where you found me? Everything I thought, everything I am, is a lie.
No,
Why did you choose me?
the gods did.
I guess I'm surprised that they took Moses in because bloodline is so important to them.
Yeah, well, he would have been second born. That's why Ramses is going to carry on, you know, all the.
I
the
know,
main
but
pharaoh
just the
stuff.
fact that they took
that they did it at all.
that they
yeah.
accepted him, you know, they obviously care about him and love him. Who does the mom's voice?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I will make it more grand, more splendid than any other monument in Upper or Lower Egypt.
Oh.
Feeling a little guilty now, Moses, huh? These are your people.
Oh.
Fate has turned our little misadventure into a great opportunity.
Aaron's trying to do his chiseling. Miriam just.
And this was just the beginning.
Stop it!
Miriam, no.
Somebody's got to stop this!
There's nothing.
Leave that man alone!
This scene in the Ten Commandments always kills me. Oy.
Way out of my way. Move!
It's him! There!
Moses, what's going on?
Let me go! I just killed a man!
We can take care of that. I will
You take care of that.
happen. I am Egypt. If I say day is night, it will be written. I say you are innocent.
What you say does not matter. All I've ever known to be true is a lie. I'm not who you think I am.
What are you talking about?
Go ask the man I once called father.
Please.
In the Ten Commandments,
Brother.
Ramses was a lot more like disconnected from him, had a lot more animosity.
Right. So the biggest creative liberty of this is focusing so much on their relationship as brothers. It really wasn't quite so in the Bible. I love the Prince of Egypt. Deliver us to the land you promised us. Deliver us to the promised land.
You like the movie, Basti? Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to take that chunk off.
Aw,
Maybe not that one.
maybe not that. I'll put that back on.
Oh, that was a wig?
Yeah, remember Ramses like twirled it around on his head?
Ew. Can you get it together?
Aw.
these your camels?
Oh no! No, no way!
What are you girls doing?
I like the one with the big old wrapping around her.
Get the oh my.
You. That's why Papa says she'll never get married.
Ladies, you've cleaned every inch of me. Whoa, I was wrong.
You shall be my honored guest.
My father, Jethro, High Priest of Midian.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry. Let's also give thanks for the presence of this brave young man.
I've done nothing in my life worth honoring.
First, you rescue Zipporah from Egypt. Yeah. It seems you do not know what is worthy of honor.
A single thread in a tapestry in the pattern of the grand design. Look at your life through heaven's eyes. To one lost sheep, a shepherd boy is greater than the richest king. Beginning of a new in wealth.
He's liking Zipporah. You can't go wrong with Jewish women, Moses. Trust me on this one, bud. All you've got is nothing. There's a lot to go around.
Oh, wow. It's interesting he still has the ring on.
Too early for this.
It's too early for this. The bush was consumed, but it would not burn.
Take the sandals from your feet. I am that I am. I am the God of your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have seen the oppression of my people in Egypt, so I have come down to deliver them out of slavery and bring them to a good land. They'll never believe me. They won't even listen. I shall teach you what to say. I was the Prince of Egypt, the son of the man who slaughtered their children.
How can I even speak to these people? Who made man's mouth?
The mute, the seeing, or the blind?
Moses, I shall be with you when you go to the king of Egypt. Pharaoh will not listen, so I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders. Take the staff in your hand, Moses. I shall be with you, Moses.
Hey, babe, I'm going on a little trip.
You're just one man.
Promise of a life with dignity. That is what I want for my people.
How much time has elapsed?
Several years, at least. Moses got some new threads.
Oh.
Moses? Is it really?
Look at you!
Excuse me, Your Majesty. Hell to remind you that the punishment for such a crime...
Death!
Still, I am the morning and the evening star.
Ramesses.
I pardon forever all crimes of which he stands accused. The Prince of Egypt.
In my heart, you are my brother. But things cannot be as they were. The God of the Hebrews came to me.
What?
He commands that you let his people go.
Oh.
Commands?
Commands.
Behold the power of God.
Oh, impressive.
Well,
Very well, Moses. Give this snake charmer our answer.
oh yeah, he's got a son there. It's probably been about a decade.
By the power of Ra, Wadjet, Anubis, Anukis, Seshmu. So you think you've got friends in high places? You're playing with the big boys now.
You're playing with the big boys now. Kneel before us, kneel to our splendorous power. Playing with the playing with the playing with the play.
They love it. They love it.
What do you see?
A greater Egypt than that of my father. I cannot change what you see. I bear the weight of my father's crown.
Do you still not understand what said he was? I can no longer hide in the desert while they suffer at your hands.
You have returned only to free them.
I'm sorry.
Gave him back his ring.
I mean, in this version of these events, I kind of feel bad for Ramses. Like, he was a loyal brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just came back to free them? Like...
Yeah, you just came back to free those people I'm oppressing.
I do not know this god.
This is his friend.
Neither will I let your people go.
Oh, okay, now.
I will not be the weak link.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do, Moses.
As of today.
Oh, he gonna.
Has been doubled.
Oh, just... Poor Moses, man.
How does it feel when you get struck to the ground?
Aaron becomes pretty significant later on in the Bible, too.
Just trying to do as God told me. I did not see because I did not wish to see.
Ah, well, that makes everything fine then.
When I think of Jeff Goldblum, I just think of that Friends episode. So I cannot focus on him being like...
I know. You didn't see because you didn't wish to see. Oh, okay.
God will not abandon you. So don't you abandon us.
So y'all want to play, huh?
Miriam, where are you going? Miriam.
Let my people go!
Still gnawing away at that bone, are we? I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
Take the staff in your hand, Moses.
Well, I'm glad God gave him some tools to use.
Oh, yeah.
It's
blood!
Hotep, hoi! Yes, we are going to demonstrate the superior might of our God.
These two are messy.
Abandon this futile mission, Moses. I've indulged you long enough.
Pharaoh has the power. He can take away your food, your home, your sons and daughters. Pharaoh can take away your very lives. But there is one thing he cannot take away from you. Your faith. We will see God's wonders.
Is this the 10 plagues of Egypt?
Yeah.
Locusts?
Yeah.
All I ever wanted. Who I called brother.
Oils.
Why must you call down?
Cool thing about the 10 plagues is that each one is an affront to the Egyptian gods. God of the Nile turns the Nile to blood. God of health gives them boils. Ra, their most powerful god, the god of the sun. He creates darkness.
Brother, never mind how high the cost may grow.
That was a cool little montage.
Yeah, it's great. Darkness falls over Egypt. An insult to their most powerful god, Ra.
I mean, couldn't it just be nighttime?
Well, you can see that they're clearly in the day there. Couldn't it be nighttime? Come on, Ramesses, let's just end this, man.
You want me to?
He's just sitting in the dark.
We must bring this to an end. This place.
Austin, I got a plague for you guys.
You were always there to get me out of trouble again.
It's so dark. I'm frightened. Isn't that the man who did all this?
But one must wonder why.
No kingdom should be made on the backs of slaves. It would cease if only you would let the Hebrews go.
I am Pharaoh.
Something else is coming. Something much worse than anything before. Think of your son!
I do. My father had the right idea about how to deal with your people.
Ramesses.
There shall be a great cry in all of Egypt, such as never has been or ever will be again.
Ramesses, you bring this upon yourself. take a lamb, mark the lintel and posts of every door. For tonight I shall pass through the land of Egypt and smite all the firstborn. But when I see the blood upon your door, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not enter.
Wow, this is really well done.
Yeah, and notice even the Hebrews weren't exempt from this. It's all over Egypt. Even you guys. That's why you have to do that.
Oh.
Orion.
Oh.
You and your people have my permission to go.
Leave me!
In our hearts a hopeful song. Now we are not afraid and achieve. There can be miracles. You can achieve. You be
I thought they would have included a scene with him talking to his real mom.
Yeah, well, in the Bible, she actually kind of co-raised him, actually. Basically, it was like his nanny, but Pharaoh's wife didn't know that it was actually his mother. Like, you know what? I'm gonna try to kill all you guys. To this day, people keep trying to do this. God's like, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to show up then. Oh, God. Pharaoh, I mean, what else do you need, man? Fire looks so cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, really cool. What are y'all doing?
Think this through.
The soldier!
Time to move, guys.
Yeah, y'all have to hustle. Acting like they're in the mall. Oh, yeah.
Max him down on the rocket.
Thank you.
Look at your people, Moses. They are free.
Mount Sinai. Up. All right, just finished watching The Prince of Egypt. I absolutely love this one. I'm trying not to get too much into the theological stuff about the book of Exodus, and I'm trying to just stick to the filmmaking aspect specifically. The soundtrack, I mentioned at the very beginning, absolutely fantastic. There Can Be Miracles, what a banger. The whole song during the 10 plagues, I send the pestilence and plague into your house, all of that, just killer. Every song in this movie, absolutely killer. The animation style, exquisite. A lot of mixing of 3D animation with 2D animation, which was still relatively new by the time this had come out. Star-studded cast that they all performed so exceptionally. The story of Moses and his brother, that's really a central point of the movie. I told Jen that's one of the most creative liberty aspects of this telling of the story of Moses. I think it does enrich it because there's something about having two lifelong brothers who clearly love each other, clearly respect each other, and clearly want to be on good terms and be in each other's lives, but are so diametrically opposed in the middle of one of I do not want to be the weak link in the chain, I want to make the Egyptian empire even stronger, and the other who's let my people go. And we are just not going to have resolution here. and then Pharaoh, who's basically I am the God of Egypt. I'm the morning and the evening star. If I say it is night, when it's day, it will be written. Who are you to come here, the God of slaves, to insult me by their God commanding me to let their people go? All of it is just fantastic. I love the way that they portray God, the burning bush, the way that Moses hears God. I think it was actually Val Kilmer as well. And I think that they did a couple other things to the voice as well. But I love the moments of who made man's mouth? You see God kind of bow up a little bit and then he comforts Moses. I love all that, fantastic. But Jen, I know this was your first time watching it. I know you have familiarity with the story and that you watched the 10 Commandments. So how did you feel about the animated version? What did you think?
Well, let me start with the soundtrack because I know that that's really what Holden raves about the most. You know, with the soundtrack, I thought it was great, but I don't think it would be to the point where Holden is, where he would listen to the soundtrack over and over again. But I thought it was good. I thought it was appropriate for this movie, just not it didn't wow me, I guess, as far as the soundtrack, but it was still good. Let me make that clear. I thought that it made sense for the movie and it was well placed, but I just know that that's a big point for you with this movie. Not so much with me. With that said, wow, what a great film. It was a lot more emotional than I expected. Oddly enough, what struck me the most, the firstborn sons being killed on both pens. That was really hard scenes to watch, and that says something about this animated kids film. Also, the animation itself I thought was very well done. In particular, the scenes with the 10 plagues of Egypt are going on, very well done. The fireballs and just the entire scene was so well done. When they're going through the parted sea and you can see the whale and the fish and all that, I thought that was fantastic. And it was a small detail, but it was very well placed and really just made the scene even more emotional. I also loved the relationship with Pharaoh and Moses because I don't remember it being like that in the 10 Commandments. And so it was nice to see, and I don't know what is correct according to the Bible, but it was nice to kind of see the opposite of what I am used to. Holden was right, they had a very loving relationship. I know that Moses was obviously happy when he freed his people, and that's great. But he also seemed very happy having a relationship with Ramses and his mother and Pharaoh. So that shows what type of relationship they had. And I'm glad, because it would have been very easy for them to go down that road of they were brothers at odds through the entire experience or the entire event. Kudos to them. My favorite thing about this film is how emotional it is, how simple they make such a intricate storyline. And I have to admit that I do have a little bit of bias because it focuses on the history of Egypt. And as Holden pointed out during the film, we are Egypt buffs. We love anything Egyptian. Anything Egyptian, we are suckers for. So I just loved the entire feel of this film. One of the best animated films I've ever seen.
What would you rate this one?
Solid 10.
You rate this one a 10?
I would rate this a solid 10. I know what you're gonna say.
You're not, I just want to be clear here, because I know even like subconsciously, I know you're like, you can't influence. Just want to be clear here that's really how you feel. You're not softening up your rating just for me.
No, that's why I pointed out the soundtrack really wasn't, it didn't add anything for me. It sounds like to you, that's something that added like points. For me, it didn't. I'm just being honest with that. It wasn't like a big defining factor for me. But the film itself, I thought, was very well made, and I think a lot of the animation seemed years ahead. I know you said it was made in '98, but it seems like it holds up to today. And for somebody that is not very well versed with religion and the events that took place in the Bible, I think that this is a great film. And so that's really what attracts me to it. And it was just a feel-good film also from somebody being Jewish. So I really loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Well, good. I obviously feel very strongly about the soundtrack. I think it's great. Even the opening, like from the salt of my sweat on my brow, all that. I love it all. I'm really glad that you enjoyed this one. Obviously, you know that this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Absolutely fantastic. I would love to talk about some more of the minutia. You talked a little bit, we talked a little off camera about God taking the life of the firstborn. Isn't that kind of like what Pharaoh did? Well, how is that better or worse? And I would love to talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that over on the Pop Culture Christian channel. I'd love to talk about the aspect of slavery. That's a really big topic among like anti-Christian or anti-religious people. The Bible condones slavery, and I'm like, the whole book of Exodus is about how God hates slavery. But there are some verses that they point out, and I'd love to talk maybe more about that too. A lot of stuff I'd love to go more into detail on, but maybe we'll save that for the other channel. I'm so glad you enjoyed this one. I love this film. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know some of your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. It helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe. You'll be notified when we post the next video. Check out Patreon. This would be a great one to check Patreon out because their full-length reaction to us watching The Prince of Egypt is over on there. You'll just need your own copy of The Prince of Egypt to sync up with the footage because it's illegal for me to do that. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video, everyone. Take care.